Hello, this is Eileen, the environmental educator, and in this video, we're going to talk about our friends over there at the United Nations Environmental Program who have been refusing the solutions the world needs since the 90s, like all environmental voices. And but they're out here having their COP27 right now, where I read reports that between 30 and 40,000 people are there. Okay, the same 30, 40,000 people that have not solved this problem for decades because they don't have any solutions. But worse is they won't allow solutions. But more importantly, for right now, the United Nations, who what is the public face of the New World Order, I guess, at least in terms of having the New World Order operate out of an entity, an establishment. And, the UN is definitely the New World Order agenda. And coincidentally, Mr. New World Order himself, Evelyn Rothschild, he just passed away a few days ago. But the infrastructure and all the other soldiers are still out there. And now the UN, they told Elon to monitor harmful disinformation and hate speech. They sent a letter to the new Twitter CEO, and most of this up here, it says there's a need to monitor hate speech and disinformation, noting that free speech should not be a free pass. And yeah, actually, it should be. You know what? You have the right to say whatever you want to say and speak your mind. And I mean, I guess you can't go out and threaten somebody, threaten their lives, and things like that. But in terms of what they're limiting free pass to, they're wrong. Okay, so they mostly talk about human rights here, but they do say that Twitter should respect people's rights to the fullest extent possible under applicable laws, and to publish transparency reports on government pressure to infringe on people's rights. Well, you know what? What about just infringing on our right to live, and going out and creating a situation where you're out there pretending like there's this whole big problem, and yet and pretending you're seeking a solution, but silently and unknown to the world, because as we've discussed for a year in videos now, no press, the propaganda media, and the new truth, independent truth, and I say that in air quotes, media will not report the environmental truth, and they will not report that all these voices are environmental frauds. But they say Twitter has a responsibility to avoid amplifying content that results in harms to people's rights. And, well, they talk about, hatred and discrimination there. But they say, conversely, viral spread of harmful disinformation, such as we've seen during the pandemic, in relation to vaccines, results in real world harm. Twitter has a responsibility to avoid amplifying content that results in harms to people's rights, the High Commissioner said. So, the UN doesn't want disinformation out there, which is very interesting because the UN is environmental disinformation. They are one of the biggest disinformation sources about the environment out there, along with every other fraudulent environmental voice who's been preventing the solutions the world needs since November 93. And I reminded the UN that of an email here today. I just sent this November 10th at 1:49 p.m. Mountain Time. I said, you are environmental disinformation. You prevent solutions you pretend to seek. Stop. And I tell them, finally stop preventing the environmental solutions. You and all other environmental voices have prevented since the 90s. This is absolutely what's needed. Get on solutions the world needs, or stop your endless environmental disinformation pretending that you care. You don't. And this went to their general office. This is the executive offices. This is contributions where you can get money for grants if you have solutions. No, just if you are going to scream for solutions, you get money. And they prove constantly that there is not a cent. If you actually have solutions that would have solved our problems years ago, and all this ridiculous about their conferences wouldn't be happening. And so this got sent out today. And right now, I'm going to tweet to Elon. I can't get in touch with Elon. I wish I could. He says he's doing the most for the environment out there. He's not. Electric vehicles, we've discussed this for a year now in videos too. They're not a solution. There's no clean energy grid. They're ridiculous on just every which way you can look at it. But I say the UN says you need to monitor harmful disinformation. So ban the UN, Gore, Greta, McKibben, Bobby Kennedy, the NRDC, Barack Biden, all environmental voices, because they're preventing solutions frauds since November '93. And we're going to send this tweet right now. So the tweet was sent. And so somebody monitors Elon's account. He replies to a lot of people. Maybe if I keep tweeting to him, maybe he'll, go out and expose some of these people. He does like to stand up to some of these people. But one person who does, kind of speak up against their ridiculousness is, well, a lot of people speak up against their ridiculousness. Now, Paul Joseph Watson, he put out another video here. You have to pay to be a subscribe star or something. I don't know, pay to be in his little community to have contact with him. But I think years ago, Paul and his brother Steve both had emails through InfoWars, and I tried getting in touch with them because, like everybody else, Paul will go out there and he'll, talk about what fools all the environmental voices are, but to date, I can't get him to expose them. But right here, now this is the new Prime Minister of Britain. Of course, you would know that because, of course, that's so British right there. And he is actually, they say, a billionaire, high hundreds of millions of dollars, I've read, and then I've seen a couple places a billionaire, and he's now the new prime minister. And he was out. I don't want to play this video. I'll just show you a few of the highlights here. He was out at COP27, and he's telling us about how we have to care, and pledged a lot of money for reparations because they're really pushing that at this year's conference, which is ridiculous. And he says his family drives a Volkswagen Golf, but sources say he has high specification Range Rover as well as a top of the range Lexus and BMW. Kept at his luxury Santa Monica pad. And here he is arriving at his private jet in his Range Rover. And here he is arriving at COP27, getting off of his private jet. And that doesn't look like a little Gulfstream. That looks like a massive jet. And then Paul reported that some people that are there were just showing right here. Here is the conference going on, the building, and here's some of the private jets just flying over the place. Here's a map of all of the jet traffic near where it's being held in Egypt. Okay, all of the, like they say, 400 private jets have flown into this event. Okay, of people that care about the planet. Okay. And yes, the caring White House occupation sent Mr. I yap a lot about it, but don't live it, John Kerry. But then here it is reported that this is Fox News. John Kerry's family private jet emitted over 300 metric tons of carbon since Biden took office. And that's just his private jet. That's not his. How many homes? A dozen homes, maybe, multiple, of five, at least a handful probably of homes. How many cars does Kerry have? Yeah, out there not walking the talk. Right. That's right. And on the environmental education and agenda, the solutions the world needs. What's number 4? Oh, that's right. Leadership by example. But Paul's pointing out that none of them walk the talk. But Paul does, talk about the 3 billion masks that they mandated for a pandemic that are now showing up in the ocean. Okay, and they're doing a lot of destruction, even killing marine life. So yeah, the people here at COP27 care. No, they don't care. They've never cared. What they care about is what the world order cares about, and that is having people, one, not having people, having the most minimal amount of humans on the planet that, it said are just enough humans to make sure that all of the elite have a nice luxury life. Just enough people to service the elite. But they're out here spreading their disinformation, along with Kerry, along with this prime minister, this guy. Yes, yes, that is definitely Rishi Sunak. That definitely a British name. He yaps British here.
Believe it is the right thing to do.
Well, your grandma.
Right. He sounds British. I think he was born in Britain, but well, that's just because Britain's very invaded too. So, you have this guy as the Prime Minister of Britain, and you have Mr. Um, Caliphate Soldier, who is London's mayor. So, Britain is absolutely as much not Britain as America is not America anymore. But all of these voices, the UN, this guy, John Kerry, and all of the other 30 to 40,000 people that are here are out there, and they are, according to our natural news, they're of course staying at 5-star luxury hotels and luxury resorts, because where else would billionaires like the Prime Minister of Britain and John Kerry stay? And all while they're telling Elon to monitor harmful disinformation. So once again, people, don't listen to anything all the environmental voices say. If we actually had a journalist in this world, we would have exposed these people a long time ago. And if you follow my videos, you know that no independent voice, not even Project Veritas for over 3 years now, will expose all these frauds. But you have to be out there and listening to them, because no one will do their job. So just the United Nations out there being absolutely ridiculousness and telling us, everything that we can't have, while they are living in 5-star luxury hotels. So stay tuned, people.